Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. Happy Monday. Hoping that you guys had a great weekend. Let's knock out our deck master for the week. Now, this may be indicative of the deck lists that you're going to get for the rest of the week. But I did want to talk a little more about cards from the Albaz Strike deck. Now, the deck master I'm thinking is going to be Mirrorjade, the Iceblade Dragon. Now, number one, stick with me, okay? Couple of things. Let's not talk about the investment price, okay? Everybody's buying the deck right now. You get the whole deck for $10, and it is an extraordinary value. Hats off to Konami. They really put us together a real banger this time. And I don't mean that to be taken lightly either. I mean, you guys got Pot of Extravagance. You guys got a whole deck. You guys got Called by the Grave. You guys got Dark Ruler No More. All of these super hype cards. A ton of stuff that are great for Dragons and Chaos with Levianeer, Wyver Burster, Collapse Serpent, Brotar. Maybe I already said Levianeer. If I didn't, Levianeer. Starleash Seafort. This deck was just too chock full of good stuff. And additionally, and this is a type of deck master I really haven't talked about too much, it has a monster that would be perfect for supporting its own archetype. Normally, when I talk about deck masters, I try to talk about ones that are just universally good. Things that make your opponent hate the fact that you guys agreed to playing the deck master rules. Like Vanity's Fiend, or Vanity's Ruler, or stuff like that. Mirrorjade, the Iceblade Dragon, kind of fits a weird niche here. So real quick, we don't need to worry about the recipe to make this. And honestly, if you bought 4 copies of this structure deck just to get the extra copies of reprints, you got your 3 that you need. Chances are you're really only playing 2, guys. Really only playing 2 of these when you're playing the build because of the way that it just fuses into other engines. So you could really almost just buy the 3 copies of the deck and still just have this guy set off to the side knowing where he's going to be in a deck box full of deck masters like I do. Or not, whatever you like. But here's the thing. You can only control 1, which is great because when you have a deck, and again, this is still sitting down here, you got your deck. Well, your deck master just kind of chills next to it or behind it or wherever you guys decide deck master zone is on your mat. Doesn't really matter. But the deck master is not technically on the field, even though he can use his effects as though he were on the field. So technically you control it while you don't control it. So you can have one here, and then you can play another one, which means the next effect gets ridiculous. And that effect is, once per turn as a quick effect, you can send 1 fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard that mentions Fallen of Albaz as material. Banish 1 monster on the field. Also, this card cannot use this effect next turn. Now, real quick, this card, that will affect the deck master, and it will affect the individual one on the field. But since it doesn't say the name in quotes, because remember, they wrote the first rule on there that you can only control 1. This means, as a deck master, you technically have 2. Which means 1 can use the effect every other turn, or you can do it twice in a single turn. And again, if you're playing some of the other cards, this will allow you to summon Kit a little bit faster. Because honestly, you're just going to do this before you even start your plays in order to affect the outcome of the match and get the first negate that can't be negated by things like Effect Veiler, because again, you can't Effect Veil your way out of a commander. Or not a commander, I'm thinking it's Magic now, Deck Master. Oh my goodness. Hopefully somebody laughed out there besides Kami. But that's what makes the Iceblade Dragon just so good. I mean, obviously, we don't need to read the rest of this effect, because if this card does get destroyed when it is your Deck Master, you literally just lost the game, because life points don't matter if the guy you're linked to gets popped. So again, this card's probably only like a couple of bucks right now. If you were to just try to buy it as a single, honestly, I would suggest and I would emphasize go buy the structure deck and put some of those extras away just for trade. Just sit on them for, 6 months. Wait till the deck is out of print. I guarantee the Called by the Grave will go up in value. The Extravagance will go up in value. The Extravagance will probably end up being a $5 common by itself. Not everything is like the common Ash Blossom, where it commands the same price as the foils, but Extravagance might get closer. So, I'm just saying this. I would absolutely play the Mirrorjade. And again, since we're going over this, I might see about working in a couple more of these decks. I don't know why this is not focusing. I do apologize for that. I will get that figured out before the next video. And guys, have a great day. Have a good Monday. Hope to see you back tomorrow. We should have something for common charity. See you then.